a collective message on the karma of the people who have hurt you. So we may have a few different messages coming up because I have a feeling that there's going to be a fair amount of people watching this reading today. And so there's going to be a few different circumstances and things like that. Be patient and take the messages that resonate, leave what doesn't. Also, if you guys would like to be able to donate or purchase, you can find my Cash App, Amazon, Wishlist, PayPal, P.O. Box, all down in the description box below. Truly appreciate you guys so much for doing any of that to support my channel. It really does help me out. So do all the likes, the shares, the comments, the subscribes. Thank you guys again. I really do appreciate each thing that you guys do to support me on this channel and the work I'm doing. So let's get started with this reading today. For a fair amount of you, this is going to be somebody who has tried to distort your image of yourself, or maybe even tried to distort your image to the public. They could have tried to destroy your reputation, destroy the way that you saw yourself. There could have been some sort of mirror magic involved here as well. This person also could have told you it was safe to take a leap of faith with them, convinced you that you were safe with them, that you were protected, that they would be there in some sort of way, and then left you hanging. And they may have done this intentionally to try to bring you down in some sort of way. They may have wanted to knock you down a peg. They may have felt like you did not deserve the reputation you had or the recognition you had in some way. Maybe even the image you had. This person also could have wanted you to move. Or some of you could be getting ready to move away from a certain place or certain people or person. Some of you could have dealt with multiple people. Some of you could have dealt with a lot of gang stalking that was happening. You are very protected in these moves that you're making and in the direction you're choosing to go. This person could have had you going back and forth in some sort of way on what was good for you or what was right for you or what was most important to you. This person also could have been having you think that you were going to be being attacked by someone. You are very protected from persecution of any kind. This person as well could have been telling people that you were a witch that was putting spells, hexes, curses on people, that you were dabbling in black magic. And honestly, if that's the case, I feel like this person is the person doing that, but they would never show it to anybody else. This person could be somebody that comes off looking very perfect, like they never do anything wrong kind of thing. Too good to be true. You could have been questioning this situation the whole time as well. You could have been looking at it with a side eye and really questioning whether or not this was a situation that you wanted to get involved in. It's only a matter of time before everything turns around for you. And I feel like that's a lot of their karma too. No, you cannot get up there. You cannot get up there. You cannot get up there. This is our new friend, for a little while at least. Not sure how long, but he is staying with us for now because his owner needs a bit of a break, and so does he. So, yeah, you are going to have so many transformations going on in the near future that is going to bring you so many blessings and so much abundance. There's a lot of luck on your side as well. You're very protected. I feel like you have cleansed out the majority of this energy, and you're going to continue cleansing out this energy. 433. You're going to continue celebrating your victories. There is not one obstacle that can get in your way and stop you on your path, because you are very good at overcoming the obstacles, and you know that obstacles are stepping stones in the right direction. You are on your way very quickly towards this finish line. It's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us. Instead of kisses, we get kicked. You're breaking free. You are gaining your freedom. You have the key to this freedom. You're breaking chains of the past, and you are a master locksmith when it comes to that. Where are my Skyrim cards? That's a really good question. I don't know what happened to my other cards, guys. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. This person could have made you feel like too much time was passing. 544. They could have made you very impatient for these changes to come. They could have made you feel like you were lacking in some way, like you weren't doing enough. 555. Like you were unworthy. This person may have caused you to question your love for yourself, maybe even caused you to go into a little bit of self-hate for a little while. This person, for some of you, somebody might have actually made an attempt on your life in some way and then tried to claim that it was all out of love, or maybe even did like graveyard magic and tried to claim it was all out of love in some way. Hi, Samya. Nice to see you again. Joke's on this person, though. The joke's on you. So, this person tried very hard to completely disrupt all of your peace in your life. For some of you, this was through putting temptations in front of you, or causing you to feel like you didn't have enough, causing you to see yourself in a different way, or the world to see you in a different way, causing you to feel like you needed to change in some way. And maybe some of these changes that you started implementing might have actually been changes that you really didn't like or weren't okay with once you actually made the changes. This person could have wasted your time as well. There could definitely be some people here who have dealt with somebody who wasted their time, somebody who used them for what they wanted and then left them out in the cold when they were done with them. This could be somebody that knew about who you are and what you do, about your healing capabilities, about the love and the light that you bring to the world, about the abundance and prosperity you bring into people's lives when they come into contact with you because of the transitions and changes that are made in their life. And this person was pretty much just trying to drain you and use everything you had and then get rid of you, because they didn't want no ball and chain there, but they wanted to be able to use the gifts, experience, wisdom, and knowledge that you had. And they didn't offer to come pay for your services or hire you or something along those lines. Oh no, too much pride or ego for that, to even admit that they needed the help, too much of something to be able to actually come and ask you for that or hire you for that or give you any kind of recognition for what you were doing for them. Instead, they in some way tried to make it seem like they were carrying you and doing all the work and you were taking advantage of them or something along those lines. That's what it's going to be for some of you. And at the end of the day, when it comes to those situations like that, one of the biggest karmas that they receive is when you decide, okay, done with this. Nope, I'm done with this. And you walk away and you wash your hands of it. You let go of it. You forgive it. You move forward. You get on with your life. When you do all of those things, all of that can leave you and it can go back home where it belongs. And all of your energy went with you when you left, as long as you didn't leave it behind by holding on to the situation. And when all your energy leaves with you when you leave, they're back in their own energy. And a lot of times they're not expecting it and it smacks them in the face and it's like, whoa, where the fuck did this come from? I didn't remember how bad it was, because they didn't actually do the correct work to get to that energy level. They were literally trying to take your energy level instead. Trying to cause you to run in circles, trying to distract you, trying to get you caught up in things so that they could siphon from you while you were around. Offering you little tokens so that you would feel like they appreciated you and cared about you. Making you think that you were a part of their family or a part of their life or a partner that they wanted to remain with. Some of them might have actually even told you to your face that they were using you in some way. And I feel like if that's the case, you might have just been like, you really think I didn't know that? I knew that. But you're also not dead right now, because for some of you, that person was in such a low vibrational state when you got there that you felt like you were divinely guided there to be able to pull them up out of that and get them started on their healing path, even if you weren't meant to stick around for the rest of it. And you did your work regardless of whether or not you knew what was coming. You decided to enjoy the time you had while you had it and to just let it go. For others of you, you may have gotten into a really panicked state, or like a state of feeling like you were going to lose everything if this person was gone, or feeling like you just weren't enough, or like it was only a matter of time before they were going to reject you. You could have also felt like these people were trying to buy you in some sort of way, or they could have even attempted to buy you in some sort of way. They could have, and not in the ways for your gifts. They could have made you feel like you were worth nothing more than sex for some of you guys, or you were worth nothing more than whatever it is, instead of actually giving you recognition for what you truly are and who you truly are. So let's see. We have the shadow self, denial, projecting, and shame. Venusians, romance, soulmates, empathy. Fire, warrior, passion, fearlessness. Vesica, Pisces. I don't know how to say that word. Oops. Okay, not going to get it. Never mind. I was going to go get the one I dropped, but yeah, that's staying there. Anyway, so divine feminine, birthing, and fertility. This person knew that you brought fertility everywhere you go, that you birth new beginnings, that you have an amazing intuition, and that you speak the things that you know, that you're very honest in your communication, and that you help people work through a lot of things to free themselves. You bring transformations into people's lives. They also knew you were a warrior. You have a lot of passion, a lot of fearlessness, so they knew that you would not be afraid to work with them or to connect with them. They knew that you would not be afraid to explore your passions or to go through the transformations that occurred. Not gonna drown in the water, 'cause the good Lord ain't bringing me home. I've always liked to play with fire. So this person came in pretending like they were everything that you ever wanted, presenting a picture that was very false. They came in acting like they were offering joy, hope, happiness, warmth, like they were the answer to your problems in some sort of way. But really, they left you on the outside looking in. You made this person look inside of themselves as well. You made them see their shadow. This could also be part of the reasons why this person behaved in the way that they did, is because they were face a mirror that they had never looked in before. The eyes are the window to the soul. I feel like you also saw this person deep down to the core, a lot of you. You may not have seen every single thing, but you saw enough to know what demons were under there. And you really helped these people to be able to recognize those demons. You may have even taken the side of their shadows. so that they felt accepted and loved. You took their side and you pulled them to freedom. Demons by Jacob Lee. You really helped these people to free themselves, to transform, to change their lives in some way. But then once they changed their lives, and once they decided to turn things around and to not let their shadow guide them along like they were a puppet, these people were looking back on some of the things that they have done. Or they are currently doing that, or they will be in the near future. A lot of them, it hasn't quite happened yet. But they're going to be looking back on these things that they have done to this person who did bring warmth and sunlight and joy, happiness and optimism into their life. You offered them real friendship, real love, unconditional love, beauty, peace, joy. You got them motivated and inspired to take actions in their life again, to take care of things that they hadn't taken care of in a long time. And they treated you so cruelly. So this person's going to be dealing with a lot of shame, a lot of guilt, a lot of despair. This person's going to be dealing with a lot of self-hate. And this person's really going to be dealing with a lot when it comes to whether or not they want to come to you and apologize for what they have done. Whether or not they can bear the rejection that they know is coming. And it may not even be coming, but they feel it is. And they feel it is because they've only just barely learned how to accept themselves or others and the shadow sides that they have. So they don't feel like anybody could ever forgive the nasty things that they have done to you. But I also feel like you're a very peacemaking person and a very peace-loving person. I feel like you honestly recognize when people have made changes and transformations in their life. I feel like this person definitely, for a lot of you, the person or people, because I feel like for some of you, you have definitely dealt with a very large group of people that have been doing things like this to you. I feel like destroying your reputation was one of the big key factors in this, making you feel very alone, making you feel very isolated, making you feel like you had nowhere to turn, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, like you were being persecuted at every turn, and there was nothing you could do to stop it. Like you were an outsider. The island of misfits. We have the Five of Swords. Yeah, gossip, drama, chaos, conflicts, fights, arguments, judgments. These people may have judged you extremely harshly as well. In return for your non-judgmental, open-mindedness, they may have gave you closed-mindedness, harshness, cruelty, non-acceptance. 10 of Coins, Ace of Cups. And this person may have tried to destroy your reputation, or tried to destroy your stability or your strength or your support group, or tried to tear apart the things you've been working on for an extremely long time with their lies or their gossip or their drama and chaos, possibly even by constantly just, wow. But they may have even tried to stop you from being able to work with children as well for some of you, because there's a big old group of children she's surrounded by here, and a dog. This person may have tried to stop a union for you as well. Or these people. Once again, these people. I'm feeling like there may have been a very large group of people for a lot of you. They may have tried to destroy your self-love, your kindness, your acceptance, your non-judgmental attitude, your fairness, your equality, your balance, and your stability. But little did they know that regardless of this hurt and this pain, this sadness, despair, loss, that when things like that happen in your life, 55, It causes massive transformations from you or for you, and you learn from it. You don't need anybody around to learn from it. You do that on your own because you've been doing that forever. You've been doing that forever because you've always wanted to be able to learn, to grow, to heal, to gain more knowledge, wisdom, understanding of yourself and the world around you. You've done a lot of people watching and observing throughout your lifetime. You are very good at reading people. You're very good at dealing with people. You're very good at dealing with drama as well. You're very good at dealing with all of those things because this person had no clue the hell you've gone through in your life and how it has hardened you into the greatest warrior there is and that you could ever be. One of the things that this person's karma is watching you come into your stability, your success, your prosperity, your recognition. They're going to be watching you be supported by everyone around you that you come into contact with. They're going to be watching you be cared for. They're going to be watching people be concerned about you. They're going to be watching people give to you and lift you up. They're going to be having to watch people take care of you and love you like you did for them. And they couldn't do for you because they didn't love themselves, which means they couldn't love anybody else. And so, this person's going to be watching you bloom and grow and come to life instead of dying and withering away, instead of burning up in the heat of the kitchen. You know exactly what to do in a hot kitchen. You know exactly where to go, how to deal with it, how to get the temperature toned down a bit so it's not so excruciating. And a lot of that has to do with your sensitivity. It has to do with your heart-centered emotions. It has to do with your love of self and your love of others, your forgiveness, your care, your kindness, and your understanding. So this person is going to be seeing you not be isolated, not be alone, not be mired in addictions or miserableness, not be stuck thinking that material things buy happiness. You're not going to be thinking that you can numb away the pain or you can bury it. You're going to be working through it. You're going to be growing, learning, transforming, changing your life. And at the end of it, you're going to be the same you, but stronger, wiser, more knowledgeable, and possibly even far more open-minded than you've ever been in your life. 2244. There's going to be balance coming in for you. Harmony, peace, friendships, family. You're going to be celebrating success, and you're going to be celebrating a union of like minds and like souls, a union with your soul family, a union with your partner, the union that they wanted to stop, that they wanted to destroy, that they wanted to tear down in some way. This person's heart is going to be extremely heavy. For a very small amount of you, someone might actually find out that they're going to be passing away, and they have this really heavy heart, and so they're going to need to express it to someone somewhere. They're going to need to free their heart of that because they know that they may actually be somebody who believes in like Egyptian type of religions or something. So they feel like if they go to the afterlife with this heavy heart, then they will be tortured for the rest of eternity by it. And they will not be able to do anything about it once they leave this earthly plane. 55. The hounds of hell. Somebody could actually be like hearing things or seeing things or feeling like they're going a little bit crazy. And this could be because this person may have been trying to cause you to go through that. This person also may have been trying to force you into some sort of relationship with them through mental manipulation or through magic in some way or something along those lines, instead of doing what's required to be friends. Of course, this person may not have ever even known what's required to be friends. So we have the Knight of Scythes. Yeah, this person's definitely going to be going a little bit crazy. The Seven of Scythes. The Eight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Chalices. So, Glory over here. She was fucking absolutely batshit crazy. 22's on the screen right now. She was literally off her rocker. And the more that her rival succeeded, the more nuts she went. The more angry she got, the more destructive she got. At the end of the day, though, that was her mistake. There was definitely some sneakiness going on with people you dealt with. Definitely some sneakiness, lies, manipulation, trying to steal your ideas possibly, trying to steal your words and claim them as their own, trying to mimic you in some way, or trying to shapeshift into you. Somebody could have even been trying to steal your steal your energy or your destiny, or like switch roles with you in some sort of way. This person was feeling like they weren't good enough, like they were the bad guy, like nobody ever believes them, they never get any help, nobody ever likes them, they're not good enough, and what they have inside of themselves is not good enough to bring to the table. And that's why this person felt like they needed whatever you had, is because they do not love themselves. This person definitely is somebody that was dabbling in black magic for the majority of you as well, trying to conjure some sort of demons or entities, trying to take your protection away as well, maybe even trying to corrupt you in some sort of way, cause you indecision, cause you to be stuck or stagnant, or to delay you in some way from reaching your goal, because they felt like if they could delay you long enough, then they would be able to get a hold of whatever this key is that you have. Whatever this key is that you have, that's what they want. They wanted this energy. They wanted this portal to another dimension. Some of you might actually even be able to travel between dimensions. Could be somebody here. Or time travel. You're a very hard worker, very skilled. You're very good at doing what it is that you do. You've learned a lot, you've grown a lot, you've worked very hard. And I feel like for some of you, this could actually even be somebody that was a mentor as well, and somebody that was really just trying to do the best for you that they could. They may have been stepping in and taking over a lot of the things that you usually do. And even though they weren't trying to, it could have been causing you to feel like you couldn't handle all the things you usually handle on your own. And it could have been causing you to slack, or it could have been causing you to not take care of some of the things you should have been taking care of. And maybe this person stepped away at some point. And if that was the case, then you might actually be just having a misunderstanding with the way that they were behaving towards you. This person might have actually stepped away because they felt like they were hindering you in some sort of way. Like they were keeping you from growing, or like they were keeping you from fulfilling your destiny in some sort of way. So they just wanted to stand back and let you take care of it because they felt like that was the best path. So for some of you, that could definitely be a situation there. This person also could have been very flowery. They could have been a little bit emotionally manipulative as well. This person could have made fun of you for wearing your heart on your sleeve, or being the sensitive, vulnerable, beautiful soul that you are. They could have made fun of your poetry if you're a poet. They could have made fun of your art, or your song lyrics, or the way you love people. They could have made fun of your love for your mother if you have a mother that you love very dearly. They could have made fun of your softness and your caring. They could have made fun of your dreams and your goals. They could have made you feel like nothing you ever did was going to amount to anything. But the joke's on them, because you are the one who is going to be fulfilling your dreams, and it's because you believe in them and you work hard towards them every day. So there's nothing that can stand in the way of that. You have a lot of tenacity, a lot of strength, a lot of stability. This person could have been trying to cause you to lose your mind in some way. They could have been trying to cause you to go a little crazy or to distrust everyone around you or to fill your heart with hate. This person could have thought that you were very naive when it came to emotions or when it came to dating or when it came to love or even when it came to family. These people could definitely have treated you as an outcast, treated you like you didn't belong. They wouldn't allow you to be a part of anything to where you were kind of on the outside, but they wanted to keep you around on the outside so they could feel better about themselves. This person has a lot of growing up to do. This person could have been very immature. They might not have even known what love is themselves. It's funny that they think that you were the one who doesn't know much about love and you're very naive to it, because I feel like they don't know much about actual love. So why did they do these things? Let's see why they were doing some of these things. So for the ones that were being very sneaky, deceptive, stealing from you or lying about you, trying to take from you in some way, they felt like they were abandoned and they wanted you to feel just as alone. So this person may have felt like you had a lot of people in your corner, a lot of support. They may have felt like you had everything going on for you, because from the outside looking in, that's what it looked like to them. They were projecting, because I really don't think they were projecting. They were denying. They didn't see themselves in you. I feel like this person was very similar to you in a lot of ways. And they didn't see themselves in you. They felt like you had everything and they had nothing. But in all actuality, once they got closer to you and made friends with you, they started to see and realize that they were wrong about that. And that you really didn't have as much as they thought you did. And then I feel like that's going to add to that guilt and that remorse and that hurt and that pain over what they did to you, because they are going to be beating themselves up. They're going to be feeling like the most horrible, awful villain in the fucking world because of what they did to you once they see those things. And I think a lot of them see those things before they even walk away from you. Like I was saying over here, it seems like a lot of them walked away from you because they noticed the damage that they were causing in your life. So if this person actually disappeared on you, that was not something that was actually intended to be cruel. A lot of the other things were, but that was not intended to be cruel. They felt like they were being cruel and they needed to get away from you because they were destroying you and the beauty that they had seen in you. And they didn't like it anymore, even though they did at first. I feel like you boosted their empathy. You boosted the love they had within them, the light that they had within them. You helped them to heal a lot of their shadows. And so when that happened, all of a sudden they were like, holy shit, no, I don't want to do this to this person. I can't do this to this person. This world really could be a beautiful place, and this person's a big part of that. 3311. Follow your heart. Let thoughts take a back seat. So let's see what else we have for why these people might have done some of the things that they did. So for the people that were very emotionally manipulative, for the people who led you on, for the people who made you feel like you were their world, and then they just fucking breadcrumbed out or ghosted out or something like that, or even, back and forth with you in some way. Under extreme emotional duress, super stressed, and PTSD combined. So this person could have been going through a lot of unsure energy. 3355, they could have been very indecisive at this time. They could have been feeling very alone in the world. They could have been feeling like there was too many changes going on too fast and they didn't know what to do. 404 error code. They could have been feeling like their brain was just shutting down. Their heart was shutting down. Their whole world is collapsing. They don't really even know what's going on. They could have been having a lot of anxiety, paranoia. They could have been under a lot of extreme pressure or stress. They could have been really going through the ringer because of a lot of the things that they have dealt with in their past. And they could have seen some things in you that made them think that you were the same thing happening over again, that this was going to be a repeated cycle, and they didn't want to be repeating the cycle again. 444. Yeah, this person didn't feel like they could give you a stable situation, and they didn't want to hurt you. They may have felt like something inside of them was making you feel bad about you. And so they could have just disappeared on you because they didn't know how to explain that. And they didn't know how to tell you that. They didn't know how to tell you that they love you, but they can't be around you because they feel like they're destroying you. I want you to be happier. I want you to be happier. I gave everything to you, and I felt like I was betrayed by your actions. So, somebody could have definitely felt like they were betrayed by the way that you acted or by the things that you chose to do. You may have chose to put yourself first. You may have chose to do things that were healthy for you. You may have chose to go your own way. You may have even chose to walk away from a situation. And because of that, this person felt like they were betrayed by you because they felt like they were really loyal to you, like they gave you everything, like they worked really hard to help you in some way or to make you feel loved. They may have felt like they did everything to make you feel loved and it was never enough for you. And so they felt like they just needed to get away from that energy because it was making them feel like they weren't good enough in some sort of way. So as you were feeling like you weren't good enough, they were feeling the same thing too. So the karmic cycles this person's going to be going through after this situation. Let's see what karma these people are going to end up facing and experiencing. Craving strange things, dealing with temptations and addictions. Gifts can be taken. They have abused their power one too many times. Cut off spiritually. And you know what? That can happen to the best of us. That can happen to anybody, anytime. I wouldn't wish it on anybody necessarily. If they're abusing their power, sure, they should definitely be losing them for the moment until they can figure out how to get themselves together, and maybe they can get them back at some point. But I wouldn't wish it on anybody because it really does suck when you all of a sudden wake up and all those gifts that you've had for such a long time are gone because of your lack of gratitude or because of your constant abuse of the people around you or the hurt and pain that you're causing with the gifts that you have, or taking advantage of those gifts and using them in ways that just are not good. Anxiety and depression problems, throwing a wrench in their plans. So there will be a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression throwing a wrench in their plans. Some of them may actually end up dealing with panic attacks. Somebody may have a heart attack. They're going to be craving strange things. They're going to be dealing with temptations, with things that they wouldn't normally want, that they're all of a sudden wanting. And I feel like that's for especially those of you where they have tried to push you into addiction in some sort of way. They tried to like steer you towards it, or some of you, they may have even put like stuff in your drinks. Maybe even played on your emotions in some way to try to cause you to feel like you needed certain things to get through or to get by or to lift you up that are outside of yourself instead of relying on your spirituality, your prayers, and seeing what's in front of you to be grateful for. Lost time through distractions, health problems, sick family, or constant work that needs to be done. So these people could be dealing with a lot being on their table, a lot of crap being in front of them that they have to work on, that they have to deal with, that they have to work through. They could end up with somebody that they end up having to take care of, or extra animals that they end up having to take care of, or they could end up with their own health problems as well. And it's going to be putting a lot of delays in their plans, or it's going to be messing up their plans in some sort of way because 3911. So somebody may actually have the cops called on them too. Somebody may end up doing something really stupid because they're super intoxicated, like breaking into somebody's house and getting caught in there. Possibly because they thought they were going in their own house and climbing in bed when they were actually going into somebody else's house and climbing in bed. They may get caught on camera doing this in some way. So there's going to be like no way to get out of it, caught red-handed. Everyone will walk away from them. Causes creative blockages in others and holds people back. So this person was busy causing creative blockages for you. They were busy trying to hold you back. They were busy trying to get in the way of what you were building, what you were doing in your life, what you were growing, what was important to you. They tried to take your inspiration away, your motivation away, your creativity, your passion, your life force. They tried to drain your life force in some way. They tried to bring you down to the miserable black void that they were living in. And once they started bringing you down there, once they actually saw you fall down there, they were like, oh, holy shit, no. And the love, kindness, care, compassion, empathy, understanding, the forgiveness, the beauty that you had brought into their life, that they hated so much at first, that grated on their nerves, that drove them fucking insane, that became so fucking beautiful to them that they didn't want this world to lose it. And they clung to it with everything in them to try to bring it back to life. I feel like this person is going to try to do everything in their power to bring you back to life again if they ever see you mired in any kind of darkness, because this person does not want that light extinguished from this world, even if they did at first, because they have changed their mind. So there may be some people who think they're absolutely nuts now too, because they're on the exact opposite team that they used to be on. 111. Broken promises and empty words coming their way. So there's going to be people who are feeding them empty words, that are emotionally manipulating them, mentally manipulating them, giving them big old promises of doing great, amazing things, and then falling short of those things, not living up to what they were saying or talking about. Appreciation and recognition comes your way, and they will have to watch. So these people getting accolades, getting promotions, gaining success, stability, support, love, care, everything that they denied you because they didn't think that you were good enough for it. But in all actuality, what they were thinking is they were not good enough for it. Somebody told my daughter at one point that she was useless and she had no friends and she was a disgusting human being, and she should hate herself because of who she was or something like that. And I was like, you know what? That person was projecting. Don't you believe a damn word that they said. That's how they feel about themselves. And they feel that way about themselves because of the way that they treat their mom. And they see in you some of those similar traits where you're treating your mom the same way. And they haven't accepted yet why they have had to walk away from their mother, or why they've been treating her this way. Or they haven't accepted yet that even though they hate their mother, they do love her too. Or whatever the case may be. But they are relating to you and seeing themselves in you. And those are the words that they're saying to themselves. They're not saying them to you. So don't you take those words to heart, because those words are so untrue, it's ridiculous. They don't even know you. And you're an amazing person. Will face harsh punishments for their crimes. So these people are going to face extremely harsh punishments for their crimes. Some of them may actually even end up in jail for some of the things they've done. Kind of like that person, like I was saying, that person that's going to end up getting caught red-handed on camera or something, going into somebody else's house and like laying down in their bed because they thought it was their own house because they were so intoxicated. 333. You can only get away with things like that for so long before somebody's like, no, you got to learn your lesson now. While you're busy celebrating your successes, these people are going to be going through the same obstacles that they wanted you to be constantly going through. They're going to have everything thwarted for them. They're going to have everybody getting in the way of their plans. They're not going to have anybody supporting them. And then they're going to realize just how much support they had around them when you came into their life. And they were trying to destroy you because they thought that you had everything and they had nothing, when in actuality they had everything and you really didn't have anything. It's like the Beauty and the Beast when the enchantress is standing on his porch, 4411. And she's there as the old lady, bent and broken and hungry and just looking for a place to stay and food to eat. And he turns her away. And when he turns her away, because of her appearances, because he didn't think he could get anything out of her, 4433, because he didn't understand the beauty she possessed or the power she possessed. 4444. When he decided to turn her away like that, he showed his ugliness. He showed his shallowness. He showed his shadow. And she decided to bring his shadow to the surface for all to see. And so these people's shadows are being brought to the surface to where that's the first thing that everybody sees. And they can't do anything about it. They're stuck watching this and stuck dealing with this. And as that's happening for them, meanwhile, the enchantress is over here turning back into the beautiful enchantress that she is and having a good life. And this person's stuck, stagnated, and mired in their own guilt and self-pity and pain and anger and sadness and remorse and guilt. And it's eating them. And it's going to be extremely hard for them to let anybody get close to them again, or for them to get close to anybody again. They will not be able to manipulate people anymore. They will not be able to pull the wool over people's eyes anymore, because people will be seeing through them from now on. Because it's like the enchantress, when they hurt you, they chose, and sometimes we are karma. We bring the karma. As much as it sucks to be the person who has to keep coming into the lives of some of these people and having these people be the ones we run across, sometimes that's why. Because those people are being tested in that moment on how they're going to behave and how they're going to treat somebody in a lower position than themselves, on whether or not they deserve the leadership role that they have and the power and authority that they have. And if they do not deserve it, it will be taken from them and stripped from them until they can learn the lessons that they need to learn to be able to earn it back. And some of you, these people are getting very close to being able to earn that back. Remember to be humble yourself as well, because we don't want to turn into the same kind of leader. When others are hurting, there's no reason to kick them while they're down, even if they are people that have hurt us in the past. So, that is what I have for today's reading. It would be so awesome if you guys could show me some love through liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, donating. Whatever you guys can do to support my channel, I really do appreciate it so much. 4747. Agent 47. I really appreciate it so much. And thank you guys for everything that you do to support this channel. Thank you guys for being here to watch. I hope you guys have a beautiful night or day, whatever it is, wherever you are when you're watching. Bye-bye, guys.